What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to walk you through how to attract job opportunities so that they come to you instead of you chasing them. All the strategies that I'm about to show you in this video, I've personally used myself, so I can guarantee you that they actually work. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Strategy number one is this thing called content marketing. Basically, the idea here is that you post valuable content that would interest hiring managers and general managers and make you seem like an expert authority figure in your industry. Let me give you an example. There's a company called HubSpot, and the way they attract marketers to use their CRM and marketing tools, they have a blog where they post valuable content that would help out marketers. And when marketers go on the blog and actually consume the pieces of content, they realize, wow, this is super helpful. HubSpot knows exactly what they're talking about. Hence, when I'm in the market for a CRM software or a marketing automation software, I'm gonna think of HubSpot. We can use the same concept when it comes to job hunting. So for you, if you're trying to get a job, let's say as an SEO optimizer at a digital marketing agency, what you might want to do is, write a LinkedIn article or do a podcast or like create a video of some sort where you go over the 5 most crucial tips to better optimize your SEO. A manager or someone in the industry will probably take a look at that piece of content, realize, oh my gosh, you know exactly what you're talking about, and then they're gonna reach out to you. Personally, for me, as a real life example, I post a lot of job hunting content, videos, Instagram lives, blog posts, whatever it is, and I've actually landed a number of freelance opportunities, speaking gigs, and even job offers because of the content that I post out there on social media. A very practical way to go about this is open up a job description. Let's say, again, you're trying to become an SEO optimizer, and one of the points they mention is understanding how to do A/B tests. And what you might want to do is maybe go on LinkedIn and write a LinkedIn article about how to conduct an appropriate A/B test, or 5 signs to look out for when you're conducting an A/B test, whatever it is. Again, post valuable content out there on social media and use the job description itself as ideas for what type of content to post out there. So when people read it and see it and consume it, they realize, you know what you're talking about, you know this job really well, I want to hire you. Point number 2 is what I call documenting your journey. So a while back when I was job hunting, I decided to post every day on Instagram documenting my job hunting process. So whenever I'd go to a networking event and I learned something new, I would post on my Instagram with a quick selfie and be like, hey, went to this event and I learned about blah, 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 right? Or maybe I applied for a job, got an interview, and I realized they asked me an interesting question, and I made a content piece about that on my Instagram where I shared with them, hey guys, I'm job hunting right now, and I recently went to an interview. They asked me this particular question, and I learned that blah, blah, blah. When I did this, I started to realize a lot of my friends actually reached out to me and they were like, hey Alif, I know you're job hunting right now based on what you're posting. This is a potential job opportunity that I think you'd be a good fit for. Let me know if you're interested, and I'm more than willing to put a referral into the company for you. Point number 3 is to tell people that you're job hunting. So let me tell you a little bit what I mean. I have this mentor, or I guess this guy who I take online courses from, and his name is Billy Gene Marketing, and he basically helps other business owners get more customers through digital marketing. And one of the questions he gets very commonly is, hey Billy, how do I get more customers for my business? And then Billy asks them a question, responding with something like, well, before I tell you that, can you tell me how many people you asked to buy your product or service? And then the business owner would reply with, well, maybe 2 or 3 today. And he was like, well, that's the problem. If you want more customers, you need to tell more people to buy your product and services. Very straightforward, right? If people do not know that you're job hunting and they don't know what kind of jobs that you want to get into, they're not going to be willing to help you out unless you verbally sort of tell them. So the way I recommend you go about this is, when you're catching up with a friend, it's been a while, and you're on the phone call, like, mention them, hey, by the way, I'm looking for a job in this blah blah blah. If you know anyone, can you please let me know? Yeah, sure thing, right? Maybe you're at an event and you meet a couple people, tell them that you're actually job hunting and be specific about the role that you're trying to get into. Or maybe you're attending a Zoom webinar and you meet a bunch of people through that. Make sure you tell them that you're job hunting, and again, be specific about the role that you're trying to get into so that they themselves can be on the lookout for a potential opportunity that you'd be a really good fit for. So, start casually telling people that you're in the process of job hunting, because if you don't tell anyone, no one will know and they won't be able to help you out. The next approach is what I call LinkedIn keyword stuffing. So to give you some context, when recruiters look for potential candidates to fill for jobs, they use a tool called LinkedIn Recruiter. And basically LinkedIn Recruiter, if the recruiter is looking for an accountant, what they'll do is they'll hop on LinkedIn Recruiter, they'll search, accountant, and include certain key terminology words in that specific software. And if your LinkedIn profile has those specific keywords that they inputted into LinkedIn Recruiter, then your profile is more likely to be caught by LinkedIn Recruiter, and your profile is more likely then to be put on the top of the pile. And hence recruiters are more likely to reach out to you. So with this in mind, I did this really cool experiment where basically I made a work experience and I called myself a digital marketing specialist, and the work experience was around my side hustle of this career coaching stuff. But instead of calling myself founder of this career coaching business, I called myself a digital marketing specialist, and underneath each of the bullet points in that work experience, I made sure to include marketing related terminologies. So as you can see here, there's not much about resumes and interviews and LinkedIn and stuff, but instead the stuff around email marketing and lead magnets and a lot of marketing related terminology, as you see in front of you. And after I included this on my LinkedIn profile, the next day a recruiter actually reached out to me asking me if I'm open to a potential digital marketing job opportunity, which is absolutely wild. So for you, what you might want to do is stuff your LinkedIn with keywords relevant to the role that you're trying to get into. But how do you find keywords real quick? It's very simple. Open up a bunch of job descriptions and try to look for keywords that keep coming up between each of the job descriptions. Usually these keywords are very technical terms specific to the niche of the type of job you're trying to get into. For example, if you're trying to get into accounting, you might see something like ledgers and budgets and money and accounts receivable and whatever, right? Whereas if you're trying to get into digital marketing, you might see like, A/B test, optimize, SEO, and stuff like that. So open up a bunch of job descriptions, try to find common keywords that keep popping up, and use those keywords on your LinkedIn profile. That way your profile attracts more recruiters. The next method that you can use, and this is a little lucrative, but I did a workshop a while back at Youre University where I taught everyone how to write an effective resume and cover letter. And what's interesting about this is that after the workshop is done, the organizer of the event, they pulled me to the side and they were like, Alif, can we talk to you for a second? And I was like, am I in trouble or something? But I was like, yeah, sure, what's up? How's it going? And they're like, well, I saw you perform and how you delivered the workshop, and I can tell that you're really good at this. Would you be open to a potential job opportunity that we have coming up? And I was like, what? Really? Seriously? And then we found out that they were hiring for a teacher assistant at the university, and they want to put my word in because, again, I delivered that workshop. They saw how I facilitated that workshop. They were really impressed, and hence they wanted to fill me in for that role. So the takeaway for you is, this is a little lucrative, but you might actually want to consider hosting your own webinar or workshop or something of that nature. And lastly, building an in-demand skill set. So let me give you a story. I have a friend, his name is Ali, and I was at a birthday party with him, and he knows I do this job hunting stuff. So he pulled me to the side. He's like, hey, you know what, man? I actually don't job hunt. In fact, I just choose recruiters and the jobs come to me, and I just pick and choose which recruiter I want to go with. And I was like, what the heck? What are you talking about? You don't job hunt? And he's like, yeah, yeah, I don't job hunt. And I'm like, well, prove it. Show me your LinkedIn inbox. And then he pulled out his phone and proceeded to show me his LinkedIn inbox on his phone. And I'll include some screenshots over here. But his LinkedIn inbox was flooded with potential job opportunities coming from all these different recruiters. And I realized, holy crap, for this guy over here, job hunting is not a game of applying online, networking, and running after them. Instead, the jobs come to him and he literally just picks and chooses which jobs that he wants to go for. And the reason why all these recruiters reach out to him for all these potential job opportunities is because he has an in-demand skill set that's super in demand, and recruiters are fighting for this guy. And more specifically, he's a software engineer, I believe. So what you might want to consider is, in terms of thinking long term, try to develop an in-demand skill set that the market needs and loves. That way, job opportunities come to you instead of you chasing them. And there you have it, how to make job opportunities come to you instead of you chasing them. Let me know down in the comments which point that you found helpful, or if there are any additional points that you would actually add to this list. Let me know down in the comment section, okay, friend? And of course, be sure to follow me on Instagram if you found this helpful, of course on LinkedIn, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more videos like these. Awesome, I hope you enjoy this. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.